So, if I've learned anything from this session of practicing, it's that this level's actually kind of hard. As of my attempts to record this segment right now, I've done about 8 practice runs of this, and out of those 8 practice runs, I was able to complete the level twice. A couple of those were admittedly as a result of stupid things, but yeah, it doesn't really take away from the fact that this level is kind of difficult in some areas, because the game wasn't particularly nice to me with the spread of enforcers on this level, so there's a handful of those I kind of have to deal with. For the most part, I do have missile weapons to deal with them, but when I don't, it usually goes pear-shaped. So I kind of got to ration out my weapons here. Anyways, this room is entirely pointless, or so it may seem, once you hit that touch plate over there and then push this. So if we go in here, there's a whole bunch of enemies, and it's justified actually because of what I will come across at the end of this hallway. There is another touch plate here, which if you trigger will switch these on, and you don't want to do that because there is another touch plate here, which you need to trigger in order to get through to this next area. And when you hit this, it moves that wall that's just in that little nook right there, plus switches those on, which is entirely pointless because when we walk back out, we're going to hit that touch plate again and switch the fire shooters off. And this was pushed by that other one near the other set of fire shooters just around there, so we can get in here, push this wall, and it will net us an Oscuro key, which I would like to just reiterate is not necessary to complete a level. So what purpose does it serve in this level? We will be finding out shortly, because it doesn't, I mean, it's a fair distance into the level. There's the touch plate triggering. You can just leave that on, and if the enemies try to get through that area, they'll just get ripped to pieces by that fire shooter. But yeah, we'll find out about what the Oscuro key does a little bit later. In the meantime, not much. I didn't really think of much to actually talk about in this segment. I'll kind of go through areas that kind of screwed me over. I'll talk about areas that actually screwed me over, this being one of them because of the stupid enforcer that's here. In a couple of the practice runs, a couple of the later ones, I was able to work out how to rinse that guy really, really easily. That guy wasn't that difficult. He kind of seems a bit tricky, but as long as you just get a clear shot at him and then smash him with the firebomb, you should be right. In here, we're going to... there's a secret in there, but we're going to ignore that until later. Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy has a bazooka. And... Ow, that hurts. Yeah, that's the reason why this secret was so useful, is because of the asbestos armor. I think a few of the practice ones I picked up the asbestos armor, but didn't pick up the firewall, flame wall even. Speaking of which, let me just drop that and put that down and grab that and touch plate trigger, and rinse those idiots. I think there's another. I think there's a high guard in there somewhere as well. This is an entirely pointless secret because all it does is get you into this section of the room which is isolated from the rest of it, and none of these can be pushed in order to get out either. So it's literally just for more life items. So there's the flame wall. I might as well pick that up now. Now let's see, can we... I think I actually usually swept this area with the last firebomb blast, and I remember in one practice run that firebomb actually missed the guy that was sleeping right here. And I was just sort of wondering how the hell that happened. Like, you would think with the blast radius, they would have just been caught up in the blast radius, but that just didn't happen. Oh god, here we go. A couple of random over patrols just sort of sitting in there. I don't know why, but they're just sort of there. And I think that means we can clear this area out. Oh yeah, shooting through these. Glorious. Okay, gold key. Our progress towards the gold door will not be as asshole-ish as it was in one of my practice runs, because I now know that there is an enforcer on the way there, and I will be able to rinse him with this thing. Okay, let me just get this guy to come around beyond the spear traps, because we kind of don't want the spear traps to get caught up in the to catch the flame wall up and whatnot. And then I think we're on our way to another room that has a secret area with a firebomb in it. Oh no, but it does have the anti-secret. If you hit this touch plate, it pushes a wall in that room, and it actually blocks the way to a secret. That's why I'm not going to have all the secret walls for this level, because I'm not going to hit that switch. I'm not entirely sure what the point is of having the secret silver key here, because the silver door is literally just right here. And here's that secret I was just referring to earlier. Push this, which reveals a touch plate, which reveals this area that has a whole bunch of those goodies. And then if we go in here, there's just this idiot, and then there is just this idiot, and then these two idiots, and then I believe I can just use this last blast to rinse some kind of enemy over here. Actually, I think there is a enforcer over here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Did I get him? Yeah, I got him. I don't think I wanted to prioritize the strike team over the high guard there on that occasion. But yeah, this is that secret that could be blocked off. The only useful thing there is the monk wheel, and that's only because I kind of got rinsed by the high guard, which he shouldn't have done. Okay, so let's go back and get the firebomb. Grab from the healing basin, I guess. And then just bulletproof armor. So that just renders all the enemies here entirely useless. No real reason to waste, because there's another heat seeker there and another firebomb up there. And this room is actually quite interesting. You kind of wonder what the hell is this room's deal when you get up to this point. We can find out, because this is where we use our Oscuro key. And we kind of just got rinsed. Now this is one of the more difficult areas of the level, because when you do that, it triggers a handful of rooms that have enemies. So you kind of just got to work your way around and try to keep out of sight of most of the enemies, which I believe I have done. So now I can head back into this room and pick up the second firebomb. Which, I mean, I could just grab the heat seeker and use that to rinse these enemies, and then just pick up the firebomb afterward instead of having to waste the firebomb blast, but there's no real reason to worry too much about that. This room's kind of interesting because it has 4 random touch plates. There's one there, there's one there, I think there's one like around here somewhere, and then there's one here. I'm not entirely sure what they do. I think they just open up this room a little bit further. Now, I want to try to conserve my firebomb ammo here, because there's that room that's filled to the brim with enemies, which I think I've done reasonably well, but then there's also that enforcer over there. Okay, so I've taken care of the enforcer, I don't have to worry too much about that room in particular. And, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and... Okay, I think I've taken care of most of the enemies in here. In fact, I have taken care of all of them. Okay, that was probably the most efficient way to clear out that room as far as I'm aware. I think there is an enemy of some variety. There is... Oh, right, there's a couple of them. I kind of figured there was a high guard in there, because I heard some kind of like... It sounded like rapid fire. But I guess that there was in fact one. You can just piss off. It's unfortunate how the rolling mechanic didn't really work out that well in this version. But then again, at the same time, you know, you kind of have to praise the game for... I'm not even sure why I'm saying praise the game. I mean, it's good to be able to get them in that pain state. But you kind of like the mechanic and would kind of want it to work until the mechanic actually does work, and that's what happened in the remake. You kind of don't want to be dealing with that. Okay, last room of the level. Okay, we actually got through. I reckon that was the absolute best possible run. Before entering the exit, though, there is this room with a drunk missile in it. And I was actually debating whether or not I wanted to throw the the last level in here as well, because it does actually kind of count as its own level. You know what? I'm going to go for it. It's going to be a long-ass upload time, I know, but I figured I might as well get this episode done and out of the way. Anyways, once again, the level is named after the boss that you fight in this episode, so there's not much of a surprise as to who we're going to be fighting here. The only, of course, element of surprise that he has remaining, aside from his name, which is entirely irrelevant, is his, I guess, attack style and what the hell he looks like. Okay, focusing on getting rid of the lightning guards because I do not want to die. Is the healing basin in here still good? Actually, I've got a whole lot more than just a healing basin. So we're about right. That would have been annoying to go through that first level really, really well and then having to bloody cut and whatnot. It would have been very annoying. Well, if you want to push this wall. Although I think I might want to come back there a little bit later once I have access to one of the firebombs in this room. I have to come back here after, I think, 2 minutes in order for to get in there because of the time delay door. In the meantime, we have 2 drunk missile blasts. And I'm hoping to God I don't have to worry too much about enforcers in this room. Not that it actually matters because I've got the asbestos armor. But it would be nice to just sort of sit back and not have to deal with them that much. Okay, looks like they're not here. Which I am very happy about. I kind of thought I was landing on the jump pad there. Ugh. You probably can't reach them all anyway with IP freely, lol. I'm not entirely sure how this push wall is to be triggered. I didn't see like a touch plate or anything nearby, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. It's just at the 2-minute mark, so I should be right to get in here. Apparently no. Looks like I guess I have to wait for 3 minutes, in which case I will get rid of those idiots. Thank you for your bazooka, you are too kind. You skewer the vision of the enemies while focusing on the one you want to actually kill first up. And you can just fuck right off. Anyways, getting this area out of the way now because the gold key door leads into the room where you fight the boss. And I believe I want to go in here in order to get said gold key. That can be useful, especially since there's an enforcer in the room. Plus I can just sort of do that and then just completely miss him. Ugh. Damn it. I was kind of hoping to get a heat seeker out of that. Oh well. This room, in one of my practice runs, I think I actually only did one practice run for this level, but it seems that I've picked the sort of right, I don't know, path. Although I seem to be wasting a bit of time because I kind of want to go back now, and thankfully it's not actually too far away now that I mention it. I just want to go around in this sort of direction. And I can pick up the firebombs, and I'll go ahead and just drop them right here. So I can pick those up. Don't have to worry about the time delay door or anything like that, although I want to get out in case it closes at the 4-minute mark. Because if it closes while you're in there, you can't get out and so you have to redo the level. Okay. Just the one lightning guard. Oh, hang on, is there another enemy somewhere? Another lightning guard, who I just completely walked past without seeing at all. What were you, frickin'... Would you have your invisibility cloak from Harry Potter or some shit? Ass. But I am the superior missile marksman. I guess. Anyways, no real reason to conserve ammo here, because I got 2 more. And there is a secret wall somewhere. I can't remember where it is. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Clearly darker. And I kind of thought there was like a drunk missile in here or something, but apparently that is not the case. I guess I will claim the split missile in that matter. So I can rinse this area out because I believe this is where I want to go. Ah, rolled out of the way, but that's when I split. I'm getting a bit better with this thing, in all honesty. What is this? Something quite useful food-wise in case I get rinsed in this room. Okay, now you see that? I'm pretty sure I just rinsed 2 enemies with the split missile in the way that the split missile is actually supposed to work. I'm happy with that, because that's kind of how it's supposed to work out. Oh, hello. Thank you for dropping that bazooka. I'm actually thankful that I ran into a bazooka lightning guard for once. Oh, shit. Wait, surely there's a switch to be able to get through that, right? Oh, no, 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 I just realized I got through that with God mode. Crap. That's terrible. I kind of want to go back and get, like... Oh, that's terrible. I should be right, actually. Okay, I did take a hit. Okay, I got out. I kind of thought there was sort of like crisscrossing, but it apparently actually wasn't that bad. Okay, cool. Kinda shit worried about this. Understandably so, because just the fire shoots, I don't want these frickin' things going all over the place. But it looks like I've navigated my way to the gold key. Now before I do that, I want to go back and explore this area. Because there is a random power-up in there. And if I get a god mode out of it, I can actually take it into the the boss here and actually kill him instantaneously. I would ideally not like for that to happen. But if it does, I'm not going to complain too much. I might actually throw a save. Or I might not even bother picking up the thing, because I actually do have a save thrown right at the point where I'm about to pick up the random power-up. So I can just load that save once I've done with the rest of the level. And then I can just go back and show that off. But before I do that, I gotta get rid of these idiots by using the lame-ass bloody machine gun. Now, is there another one? Yes, there is. The thing that annoys me the most is in that little nook there to my right, there is actually a firebomb. I really want to sneak past, but I fear that I'm going to get bloody eviscerated by his chain gun. So I kind of don't want to do that. I want to kind of suss this area out and make sure that there isn't any more crap there. Okay, that push wall nets me the random power-up that I mentioned earlier. It's right there. I have a save already thrown, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm just in here picking up an asbestos armor, which will also be useful against the boss. Alright, and there's another one right there in case it is needed. Okay, I think we're about ready. So I think we want to go in this direction, and then you go around here, and then through here. And then just a handful of enemies, but as soon as we open fire, the boss is alerted to our presence and now runs around and whatnot. Before we do that though, we want to take care of the enemies that are around the place, and let's just completely ignore that random idiot and mechanized chair. That's totally not just some random computer chair, but with bits of like cardboard stuck to it. Okay, where is he right now? Where is he? Where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. Kind of just lost track of direction, I guess. So anyways, his chair shoots those. They can also shoot weird bloody mines, if he can be nice enough to show that off. I kind of wanted to get him over here because there's another secret wall I wanted to try to bring to people's attention. Okay, grab this. And if we push that and get out of the way, possibly pick up some food. Yeah, there he is. And he shoots them from behind the chair, so he actually turns around and like shows his ass at you, except it's not his ass because he's on a chair. But anyways, he's a bit of a loaf. Easy to see why though. Not so easy to actually understand the real reason he's actually sitting in a chair as to whether or not he's actually paralyzed or is a lazy asshole. I am going to go with the lazy asshole reasoning here because the guy that's in that chair, I actually forgot to mention this over the course of the episode, which is unfortunate, but the enemies in this game are actually digitized actors implemented into this game. Now this is where things are going to get a bit difficult. Okay, I have to run around. Yeah, I had to run around in order to get to this room so I could get another bazooka and start rinsing him again. This is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? You're fucking kidding me! Oh my god! That was terrible. But you know what? It is absolutely perfect for me because I can load this up now and show you how I kill him with God mode. Wow, that death was the greatest thing that has ever happened. Okay, yeah. So we get to kill him, die to him as he kind of rinses me with those mines. That's where the hidden wall was, by the way. But we can also go ahead and rinse him with God mode and actually, you know, go through this kind of with less seams. Okay, so you're dead now. Anyways, speaking of digitized actors, who actually is that sitting in the chair? It's Joe Segler. It's very much fitting considering he was like the tech support fellow back in the mid-90s Apogee days. So, just seeing him hunched over dead with what looks like some kind of monocle or some kind of like earpiece stuck to his head is kind of brilliant. Also, that Triad symbol on the side there is not actually that symmetrical. Not really much of a surprise. I mean, the weird little like joysticks that he's using for to move this chair around, they're actually just plain old staplers. It's just kind of brilliant. They kind of winged it. But that's kind of what you do back in those days. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what budgets were back then, but they quite clearly weren't that huge. So, we are done with the second boss of the game. And with that now out of the way, we are pretty much done with most of the good stuff in this game. The last two episodes pretty much aren't really anywhere near as great as the first three, if you include the shareware. I mean, the shareware was the best episode, but the quality only gets further south from here, and this is where things kind of start to derail, I suppose. Episode 3 is called Caves Below, and this sounds familiar, doesn't it? Hi, we got robots, and they're going to show up pretty much throughout the entirety of this episode. So you might want to get used to that. Thankfully though, you don't have to worry about that until the next segment, because I'm done here. See you next time for Caves Below, if I haven't already said what the hell that... No, Robotrix is the level, Caves Below is the name of the episode. There you go. Okay, I'm done now.